Maybe I should wait and turn the camera on after that kid quits screaming. He's really struggling. Look at that guy. Yeah, the battle of the primates going on. I have to fist fight a monkey. Well, hello again, everybody. I hope you can hear me over this noise. I now find myself in Varanasi, India, continuing my quest to see every spot ever shown on The Amazing Race. Now the difficult part is hailing a ride because I have to get to the first spot. I should be there momentarily, and if the ride is scary, you'll get a good video out of it. So here we go, everybody. In a situation like this, I'm not sure the lapel mic will pick up all of the sound, just how loud this truly is. So here I'm close to the first stop on that season of the Amazing Race. The only reason I know that is because this Sahu Tea Company, I saw this sign in the episode. The reason I had to do that was because they were supposed to meet at what they called a Tonga stand. They said a Tonga was like a mode of transportation, but it was still horse-drawn. That was 13 years ago, and I just checked. I've asked around, and everybody's told me that that doesn't exist anymore. So there may be some around town, but there's not enough to require an entire stand. But I analyzed the episode to see some of the businesses in the background and found a couple that were still on Google Maps. So that's how I found the neighborhood. So they were supposed to search this neighborhood for 6 holy men. There was 6 sadhus, I think is what they were called. And then they were to give them 6 clues. It was puzzle pieces they had to put in the right order to know the meaning of life. And the clue was, after they put it all together, it said, once you're over the hill, you pick up speed. I can tell you at my ripe old age, that is 100% accurate. Anyways, once they had these clues, they had to find the final person, and then he gave them their next clue for where they were going. But I haven't walked through this neighborhood yet. I guess we'll walk around a little bit, check it out, the madness. Now you know why it was so hard. Once you see how bad this neighborhood is, you'll know why it was so hard for them to find these 6 sadhus. And some people were struggling with the noise and the congestion. So obviously, if you can't take that, I wouldn't come here. So let's walk around and check out the neighborhood for a little bit, and then I'll head off to the next stop. I do love the ao dais in Vietnam, but I have to admit the traditional Indian clothes, I probably said it in the last video too, because I really love it. There, I remember that sign, quality garments. There's certain businesses and certain signs that I noticed on the Amazing Race. It helped that the Globetrotters were on that season. Because Big Easy is so tall that the camera is following him around, so it was high enough to get a good look at the signs around the neighborhood. This is one of those situations where it's like a walking street, but the occasional vehicle going down makes it really difficult. So the old name, Calcutta instead of Kolkata. Yes, and this tree right here in the middle, the final sadhu was sitting at the base of that tree, and that's who they had to, speaking of sadhu, that's who they had to give the final puzzle to, with the name of the roadblock called Who Wants to Search for the Meaning of Life. If the meaning of life is I'm picking up speed, I don't know, maybe that is the meaning of life, realizing that time starts passing faster. It's all relative as you get older, because that is why I've done what I've done, and that is why I'm on this journey right now, because I know I'm running out of time. So I guess technically that is the meaning of life. Acceptance. I think the furthest one was down here at the bottom of these steps. But some of the contestants, one especially, that's why their team lost, started walking all the way down the river. But the people they were supposed to look for was on this street in this neighborhood. Slick steps, make sure I don't bust my ass. Okay, I'm going to try to get a boat ride later, but right now I'm going to get back on a motorbike and head to the next stop. After they solved the puzzle, they were told to go towards Tulsi Ghat. I'm going to have to grab a motorbike and head that way. I swear I plan on getting on one of those boats here in a little bit, but not at this point. Incredibly crowded area, nobody would come give me a ride, so I had to walk a pretty far distance to get out of that neighborhood. But I finally found a ride. Now we're off to Tulsi Ghat. Tulsi Ghat. They got to this area and then they had to find Akhada Swaminath. This is like a gym. There was like a workout area. There was wrestlers working out here and they had to find a strong man. There was a powerful guy working with clubs, those big heavy wooden clubs. I don't know if I'm allowed up here, but we'll find out. Yeah, this is where they were. See the sand? They wrestle in the practice of wrestling inside that, underneath that roof. And there's the big heavy weighted clubs. See the different sizes, the different weights for the how strong you are. I'd have to start out with the baby one. And you see the mural there with the wrestlers practicing. This is definitely the right spot. Strike that one off. Now, let's I got to change the battery in the camera, so I'm gonna take a few minutes and figure out where my next stop's gonna be. So here at Tulsi Ghat, this is where the detour was revealed, and they had to choose between feed the fire or feed the buffalo, both of which involved getting on a boat and going upriver. On feed the buffalo, they actually had to go across the river, pick up hay, and then head upriver. They were going to Kshemeshvar Ghat. I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. But then on feed the fire, they had to go even further up to Sakka Ghat, which is way upriver. Now, am I supposed to go try to get on a boat and head up there? You'll find out if I was successful. Somebody with their kid came to take a picture with me, and I thought it was because of the camera and my microphone with the little fuzzy thing on it. I was afraid they thought I was famous or something. So I put that in the translator and they read it, and somebody translated for me what he said, and it didn't have anything to do with the camera or the microphone. He was just, I guess he hasn't had much contact with foreigners, so he just wanted a picture of the tall white guy that was walking through this area. That's a new one. We're on the move. You notice this boat just dropped off a bunch of people like that one over there. But I paid for my own private vehicle, so I'm on the boat by myself. So we're heading to the Kshemeshvar Ghat, and Kshemeshvar Ghat was the final place for the side of the detour called Feed the Buffalo. Like I said, their boat had to go across the river, grab the hay, and then come over to Kshemeshvar Ghat to deliver the hay to a specific address. They're supposed to wait for me about 10 minutes. We'll get out and look around a little bit, but I don't have the actual address that they had to deliver it to, so I'm not going to go that deep into it, but we'll go up behind for a minute. I don't have to worry about the boat taking off because I haven't paid yet. I'm not paying until the final stop. Feed the buffalo or feed the fire. I think me and Maura, if we were on that season, we would have picked Feed the Buffalo. So this is the one we would have done probably. She's tiny but mighty. She could carry 2 bundles of hay. So we're here in Varanasi, and this is the Ganges River that you've all heard about. I hope the boat doesn't go down because I do not plan on getting in this water. Okay, there was a mix-up in our plans, so we drove past my first stop. They pointed it out to me, but the driver forgot he was supposed to stop here, so we're going back. Then we will continue to the other stop. This is one of those moments. Every once in a while I travel and I find myself in a place and I just think for a second, how did I get here? It's surreal. I never thought in 57 years of life that this of all places would be my location. So I need to look up the definition of the word yacht. All these places on the water. That's their, in the name. I don't know if it means river or beach or bathing or dock. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Since there's steps all the way down the river and people are in it, and a lot of this is religious ceremonies and whatnot. It might mean bath. I don't know. Guess I'll look it up and put it on the screen right here. We're coasting into the mud. I hope I don't sink in. That bird landed pretty safely, but I weigh a little more than he does. 2 dogs down. Let sleeping dogs lie. People working on their boats. Let's walk down to the actual stop I was supposed to make. So this was their stop. Kshemeshvar Ghat. Yes, Kshemeshvar Ghat. The boats came from down there, up here, parked. Or no, this is the one where they had to go across the river, get the bundles of hay, and then come back and go up into the neighborhood behind here. So I had to carry their bundles of hay up these steps. Hello, kids. Look at that guy. Fuck this. I didn't know there was abusive monkeys back here. Holy shit. We have battle of the primates going on. I have to fist fight a monkey. So anyways. So they had to go back through these neighborhoods back here to deliver their hay. But I don't remember them being assaulted by monkeys, so they must be new to the neighborhood. I'm gonna follow this local here out. The monkey!
Okay,
Scared the hell out of me. No, they attacked me.
Monkey, this God.
The monkeys.
Yeah.
Oh, scared me.
Son. It's small son. Small monkey.
Yes. See?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do?
Come.
I'm trying.
No.
I don't want to die.
वो बच्चा है ना उसके पास
हाँ, वो सो जाए उसको छिड़ोगे.
हाँ
Oh. This is a mommy.
Yeah. Mommy.
Because of her baby, she's aggressive.
Remove.
The last thing I wanted to do was get in a battle with a monkey. So I know they're small, but well, I don't need rabies or anything. You have to find my personal luxury ride. So I'll keep the camera rolling in case I slip and fall in the mud. But it's good for content. This is our mighty protector. Now we're off to Sakka Ghat for the side of the detour called Feed the Fire. Exactly what they had to do, we'll talk about when we get there. I have more time to go back behind, well, unless I get attacked by monkeys again. I'll have more time to go back behind the Sakka Ghat to show you what exactly they had to do when we get there. But until then, let's just enjoy the view. Oh, I think this is where I was at the very first neighborhood when I walked down to the river but then turned around and went back. Because I remember I said that some of the contestants were looking for clues going down the river, wasting time. And I think this is where that neighborhood dumps out. And there we are at Sakka Ghat. Especially with this guy making the mud puddle over here. I'm not going to walk through there. Guess I go up the steps and go around there. So I had one of the, like in a neighborhood back behind this area, the teams who chose this side had to make 50 fuel patties out of buffalo manure and hay. They had to pound them together, mix them together and form them and then slap them on a wall for them to dry in the sun. And then once the judge said that their 50 was okay, then they had to take some already dried fuel patties and put them in the stove and light it up and get some milk on to boil some milk for the children. So when they completed that task and the other team completed their task of delivering the hay, that's when they were given the final clue to go to the final pit stop of this leg. And I need to get out of this neighborhood so we can head over there before the sun's down. Let's go. And now I find myself at Ramnagar Fort, the pit stop of this episode, season 18, episode 7 of The Amazing Race. Maybe I should wait and turn the camera on after that kid quits screaming. He seems to have piped down, so we can look around now. Stuff on the line. I think some people live in here maybe. This place has definitely seen better days, but I guess that could be said for all old castles and forts. On that episode, the pit stop was up on the roof somewhere. I don't know if it was up there or up here maybe. I think it was up here. So I've walked around everywhere and I don't see any way to get on the rooftop. So I don't know. I think they were up there maybe. I don't think they were up there, but I don't see any way to get up there. So I can't actually go to the spot where the mat was, but trust me, this is where they had the pit stop. Well, it looks like that concludes my Varanasi trip and my attempt to go to every spot ever shown on The Amazing Race. Where to next? I think the city of Lucknow. I never heard of it before it was on The Amazing Race, but there it is, and now I must go. Anyways, I have to get back to the hotel and pick up my luggage and head to the airport because my flight leaves pretty soon. I'll see you from there.